My name is Amanda Schaus, and this is Esme Schaus, my daughter, and we are here today to show you how to use an app called Leveled Books. This app is something that I found recently that I thought would be nice for teachers to use when doing running records on their students. What I like is that it uses the program Reading A to Z, which many of the teachers in Lockport are using currently to assess their students' reading fluency, and also it is an app that a lot of the students in the Lockport City School District are using. So Esme is going to read off of her iPad, and I am going to use the app Leveled Books on my iPad. So we are going to actually mirror our own iPads onto the screen and model how to use this app. What's so funny?
Nothing.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to mirror the app and show you how the program works. We are going to apologize right now for any extra activity that may happen around us on a Saturday morning. Cat scratching,
Dog barking.
dog barking,
A little small year-old.
little 4-year-old walking by. So bear with us. Hopefully we won't have any interruptions. We've tried this a lot of times. Okay, getting hit with a Nerf gun. Okay, so we are going to start right away, and Esme is going to mirror her. First, I'd like her to mirror her iPad, and then I am going to mirror mine, and we will get started. Okay, are you mirrored? All right, so Esme's all set. This is Esme's iPad, and we're going to move it up here and shrink that down so you can still see her beautiful face. There she is. Okay, and then I am going to mirror mine. It should come up. And we will keep that right in front of my face. No. We'll move that over.
This is a beautiful face.
Oh, thank you. All right, so you can see both of our iPads, each respectively above our face, and we are going to open the app. So the app that we're using is called Leveled Books, and if you can see, it's right here. It looks sort of like an odometer on a car, and it's called Leveled Books. So I'm going to open that up, and not quite yet. Mine looks just like a plain notebook piece of paper. It says Manage Students with horizontal lines on the left and an addition sign on the right. What I'm going to first do is I have to add my students into the app. And today I'm just going to do it quickly by adding Esme in. So I'm going to add Esme, there's the cat, add Esme into the app, okay? And she is currently a level L reader, okay? And just Esme. So I'm going to say I'm done. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the horizontal lines up here, okay? And go up to the very top that says Leveled Books. And that is where I can see my class list on the left. As you can see here, these are my students in my class. Right now I just have Esme in. What I'd like about this is that you can see how many times you've tested your students. So if you are a special ed teacher and you are keeping track of how many times you are assessing your students in fluency or in their decoding skills, based on what it says in their IEP, you can see very easily how many times you've used this app to assess their skills. So in this case, Esme has not been tested yet. So I'm going to tap on Esme's thing. And on the screen comes several symbols. We are going to touch the dial, and up pops the screen. Okay, and Esme, you can go ahead and open up your Raz Kids, and she's going to find the book that she's going to read for us today. She's not going to start quite yet, but as you use this app, you start to build a library. Right now I only have a few books in here, but as the year progresses, as students start to read more and more books to me, I start to add more and more books.
Somebody's calling me.
Interruptions, as I said. So it may be a little tedious at first, but the only question that they ask you, actually, when you add books, are to say how many words are in the book, the level that it is, and the title of the book. And that is all very easily found in the Raz Kids app or the Reading A to Z website. So this book, I just went online and looked for the title of the book and how many words were in this book, which was 340. I put the information in and hit save. So that was it. Once you have added the book into the program or the app, you get to this screen. And this screen looks just like a calculator. And what it does is it allows you to manually collect information. So what's going to happen, I couldn't help this part of the video, but once I tap start, I'm going to hit start as soon as Esme starts reading. There's the 4-year-old. No talking given. Once I start recording, my iPad's actually going to go away because you can't mirror and use a timer at the same time. And this app also has a timing piece to it so that it can time her fluency. Esme is going to read about 2 or 3 pages just so that I can show you what information it gives us. Okay, I'm not going to have her read all 15 pages because that would take a while. But she is going to read for a while. I am going to keep some data so that in a second I can re-mirror my iPad and you can see what kind of information we get. You all right there, buddy? Yeah. It's never dull. Okay, here we go. So Esme, as soon as you start reading, I'll hit start. Okay?
The 100th Day Project. Counting to 100. Lakita walked into the kitchen and washed her hands for dining. What have you been up to? Her mother asked. I've been counting. I need to know what I have 100 of. Lakita said, I have 119 stickers, 106 pennies, but only 74 coins. Why do you need 100 things? Her mother asked. Tuesday's the 100th day of school, Lakita said. As a 100th day project, everyone needs to bring 100 of something.
Okay, so Esme's finished. So I am going to re-mirror my iPad. And she didn't have many errors, which is okay. Even though I asked her to make up some errors, but we'll do without. She doesn't know what an error is. That's good.
I purposely said down.
All right. All right, so let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so if you can look in the upper right-hand corner, you can see what the calculation information looks like. It shows me the time it took her to read, her words per minute, and her level of accuracy. So while she was reading, all I was doing was physically tapping my iPad every time she had an error. And then underneath that, when I tapped, there was a self-correct button. So if I tapped it and then she fixed her error, I could then hit self-correct and it would take away that error but calculate the self-correction. So that was a really nice feature, and it wasn't me doing tons of error data writing like we were taught in college when we were doing running records. It also gives me the number of self-corrections. Now the other thing I like about this is that if I need to, I can replay her reading. Okay, so right here, it has recorded her reading. So I can listen again to see if I've missed errors that she may have done while she was doing reading her story. So this app is really nice. Again, it's called Leveled Books. It is a small price. I think it is $4.99, but it is definitely something that you should talk about or consider using with your students to progress monitor their reading ability. And we should be progress monitoring students' reading acuity, fluency, decoding skills right along. This is not something that we stop doing in 3rd grade or 4th grade in guided reading classrooms. So think about looking or trying out the app Leveled Books. Thank you, Esme. Have a happy Saturday, everyone. Bye now.